everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm Su Patel and I am all about helping people create more love, more money, more joy in every area of their life. So thank you so much for being here. Today's conversation is about how to create as many moments of joy as possible. One of the things that many of my friends speak to me about, right, is like, I have many friends who call me to tell me how upset they are, or, challenges that they're dealing with, and, what they're facing in their lives, all right? And, I get it, like life happens to all of us. There's always stuff going on, and it's hard to constantly be happy when your circumstances don't, necessarily allow you to be that way. But many of us, and in my experience of, what I've gone through in my life, is that, you can get so sucked into your circumstances. But the reason why you get sucked into circumstances is because you're not living intentionally, like you're allowing life to manage you rather than you manage life. I've spoken about it before in one of my other videos, really, and we talk about intentionality, right? Intentionality in every area of your life, whether it's in being grateful, whether it's to create a career that you want, whether it's in your health, whether it's in, raising children. It's just around intentionality. It's like, what is it that you want to create? What is the outcome that you want to create in this area of your life? So to create intentionality in your life, whether it's as a parent, whether it's in your health, whether it's in your relationship, you really got to think about is, what is the outcome that you want in that area of your life? And then what are the actions and the steps that you need to take to create that outcome in your life, all right? And remember, when we talk about intentionality, we are always coming from, firstly, a way of being that will help you get to the answer of what you then need to do, okay? So we're always talking about it in that order, is be, do, and then have the outcome that you want, okay? So how do you create being more intentional with joy? So joy for me is, it does take something. When we're children, we're naturally joyful, right? When we're young kids, like we just want, we're dancing around, we're just being silly, we're so self-expressed, and we're living in the wonderment of joy of life, and we're living in the flow of life, and there's nothing about that. But as we grow older and we start taking on other people's conversations, right? So our parents telling us, don't do this, don't do that, stop making noise, behave, be quiet, and it slowly starts to shut down our levels of joy and self-expression. And it's done very, very unintentionally. It's done, it's not done to harm you, but it's done because, our parents are not aware that that's something that we need to really work on. And it does take something. There's many people out there who don't get this work, right? And that's why we create videos like this, so that we can raise more awareness around living intentionally in what we're doing. So we have had our joy almost stunted and taken out of us, because we've got to be a certain way. We've got to show up serious, we've got to show like we mean it, we've got to show up respectful, we've got to show up a certain way. And Michelle Obama said it in one of her talks, that as adults we have to start planning for joy. Because when was the last time you really had a good belly laugh? When was the last time like you really laughed with like just free, like just and in your day, how often do you laugh? How often do you smile? How often do you feel good? Because we're so serious about the work that we do, we're serious about the outcomes that we've got responsibilities, and it's really, really difficult to focus on joy all the time because we have got life to take care of, and I really get that. So a couple of things that, you can really help yourself to be more intentional, right? So the feeling of joy, the reason why Michelle Obama kind of described it like, we've got to be more planned around joy is because the more joyful we are, the more good feelings that we have then creates more good feelings in our life. Like literally, and I really want you to get this, so just get a piece of paper and write this down, is how you feel in this moment creates your future. Right? That really is reality, is how you feel in this given moment creates your future, all right? And how you will feel in the next moment will create your future, and the next moment will create your future, okay? So if you're happy in this moment, you will create 10 times more that in your future, okay? Because, you know, with manifesting and the way things work in that field of, in that area of manifesting is, you know, there's always a delayed experience, all right? So, and it all comes from our emotions and our feelings. So people who have done this work, they all know, right? Like, you know, to manifest anything in your life, it is about creating a being and a feeling that will help you then manifest the thing that what it is that you want, all right? So in this moment, if you're feeling sad, angry, frustrated, you're creating your future from that. All right. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you've got to be in happiness and pure joy every second of the day, every minute of the day, because that's not realistic, right? Because life does happen. But it's around how can you start practicing and be more intentional with more and more moments of joy. You know, I want you to make a list of all the things that bring you joy. What brings you joy in your life? Make a list of it, because sometimes we just forget. And when we're bored, we end up, you know, scrolling through Instagram or, you know, on the socials, right? Rather than actually doing things that we really, you know, doing intentional things that bring us joy, right? So make a list of things that bring you joy and, you know, pick one or two of those things every single day and just do them, okay? And the other thing that I recently started practicing is a centering exercise that I learned, which is really just, you know, setting your alarm for certain parts of the day where you remember to be more conscious and be in this moment, all right? Because when you be in this moment, right, if you just stop doing everything that you're doing, you can pause this video after I've said what I've said, right, and just be in the moment, right, you'll see that when you pause and you come back to this moment, you will see that there is nothing wrong right now. So pause the video and just do that exercise for just a minute. Look around you and just see that where you are right now in this minute, there's nothing wrong. We spend so much of our time in the future feeling anxious about what might not ever happen, right? Rather than creating what it is that we do want to happen. And that's what creating more moments of joy now is going to create more future moments of 10 times more joy. Okay, there's something that I learned in a personal development program that I did with Landmark Education, and if you haven't heard of them, go and check them out as well. They do amazing personal development programs, and if you do want to know more about it, please do, you know, send me a comment and I will definitely reply to you with more information around that. So one of the exercises that we did was actually be 10 times more excited, right? Because how often do you meet somebody and you say, how are you? And they just say, oh yeah, I'm great, or I'm good, right? It's not gonna evoke energy, excitement, right? So being 10 times more excited about, you know, your life, your world, getting interested in people, being 10 times more curious about other people, right? So really creating your level up, you know, really elevating your level of excitement. If you're 10 times more excited now, oh my God, like imagine 10 times that in the future. There'll be so much more moments of excitement in your future. You're literally creating a clearing to create more of that in your future. That's another exercise that I want you to take on as well, is how excited can you be? And I know you're probably thinking, people will probably be thinking like, what the hell is she on, right? Or he on, right? So what? You know, when you're excited and you're happy and you're joyful, that is contagious, all right? So allow yourself, give yourself permission to be 10 times more excited. Really just being in this moment. There's an exercise that actually my friend Karen from Self-Care Karen, again, please do check out her YouTube channel. It's in the comments below. You know, she talks so much about self-care, about meditation and, you know, abundance, law of attraction, and a really, really great source. And she's recently started some new EFT tapping exercise as well. So do check out her channel as well, right? But look, there's an exercise called 68 seconds where you just spend 68 seconds, that's all. right? Feeling joyful, or feeling loving, or feeling excited. 68 seconds. Set your alarm clock, your timer for 68 seconds, and just be that. 68 seconds to create an emotion, and you could do that a few times a day, right? Because what you're doing in that moment is creating 10 times more in the future, all right? So my point in today's video is really about the more moments of joy that you create in the now is creating 10 times more joy in the future, all right? Now, if you want to create a joyful, loving, excited future, then you got to experience feeling those feelings now. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you got loads out of watching today's video. Please do make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and family, because the more people we can reach, the more the world will be a better place. All right, so please do make sure you do that, and also join my Facebook group where we will be connecting once a week with more value and more content to create the life that we want to live into. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on the next video next week.